So the purpose of today is for us to talk about when I come observe you. So how's things going right now?
Good. Actually, really good. So I haven't had Harvey Milk yet, but the other two classes are fine. Every single student is on track. And like there's still like some students, everyone in like that one, like the one on top of things class is fine. In Yuri Kochi, they're like about half have like uploaded their footage, but they've all like done it.
Great.
So that's really good. So we'll see what happens in second period. But I just felt like so much calmer today than I did yesterday.
Perfect. So Milk you haven't seen yet, but Yuri Kochi they're on track. Okay. So
Tomorrow. So by the end of today, they should have all like shared their footage onto the computer, shared it with their partners, and turned it in. Okay. So they should all have their clips uploaded onto the computer. So in class tomorrow, they're gonna come in. I'm gonna have them like make goals for what they're gonna get done during that class period. I'm gonna go over some iMovie things again because now we're like back onto iMovie after Thanksgiving. And then we're just gonna have work time to start editing their videos.
Okay. So right now, everyone is on track. Most of them a majority of them have uploaded.
Yeah.
And they're just super on track with their partners. So
yes.
This is good. This is great.
So I feel really good. I could feel really bad after the experience.
Okay. Tell me what your concerns are.
Okay. My concerns are that a lot of students did not do the assigned homework and will not have anything to do in class today and will not have anything to do in class the entire week if they don't do the homework outside of them. And so, I don't know, like, I really don't know what's going to happen.
So when I come in to observe tomorrow, I understand that for the period that we're talking about, there's a likability that since they haven't done the homework, they will have certain things to do at all. That's what I understand.
Yeah, and so if I realize that during class today, a lot of them don't do anything, I'm going to make a special assignment. It'll be called Special Assignment for Students Who Didn't Do Their Homework. And they're just going to spend the entire class period like coming up with a plan, and like that'll be it. But I'm only going to make that if I see that today someone is just saying it.
Okay. So when I come tomorrow, what do you want me to specifically be observing?
I would like you if I'm being clear enough.
Okay. Like when you say clarity,
like during instructions, like a lot of times, like I give instructions multiple times, and in that class, no one gets it.
What strategies have you been using in Harvey Milk when giving lectures? What interventions have you been using? Just for my
I've been I've been trying to make 100% sure that like every single student, like as I'm up there talking, like every single student is like completely staring at me.
Okay.
I've been giving instructions in like smaller chunks. What I've done for this project is I made like video tutorials of me teaching the stuff, so they can like after I show them how to do it, they can just go onto the computer and rewatch the videos of it.
I really like your video tutorial.
I've been showing the directions, during the entire class period, I always have exactly what they need to do like up on the screen.
So for tomorrow, do you want me to see whether students are receptive to these instructions, Or do you want me to track you, or do you want me to track the students, or do you want me to do both?
Maybe like see how receptive they are, and like if there's anything that you think I could be doing instead that would be more helpful.
So you want specific feedback
Yeah.
around like improvement things?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of, when I imagine this observation sheet, I'm thinking of like what students are doing
Yeah.
during instructions, what teacher is doing during instructions, and maybe some one labs and one person on the side.
Yeah. But also just like I would really like just like feedback for like what you see that I'm doing that like I could be doing differently that would be better.
Okay. Great. So tomorrow during second period, I will observe instruction giving. Is there a specific time that you'd rather have me?
It doesn't well during like the first like 5-10 minutes of class when we do the lunch, you can come to that or not. But then like 10 minutes in for the next like 15 or so minutes, that would be the most helpful. And then after that, we're just gonna have work time, and like that would be helpful if you could like observe it during work time also.
Yeah, to see if they actually did the instructions.
Yeah, but like you not like the entire work time. If you don't.
Okay, great. Sweet. I'll probably come at the beginning because lots of people get excited.
Sounds good.
Okay, great. I'm gonna clarify one more time. Tomorrow, I'll be in here at the beginning of class, and I'll be specifically looking at how you give directions, what students are doing, what you are doing, and any specific feedback.
Yeah, sounds good.
Wonderful. All right, Julia. I'll see you then. I can modify this, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna minimize it because that stresses us out.
Okay.
Alrighty. What do you think your lesson went on Wednesday?
I guess I'll go over like the different sections from the beginning that you saw.
Okay.
With the launch, I had just I chose that launch because we had like a lot of work time that day and everyone was doing individual things.
Mm-hmm.
And I had just copied it from Denise's class.
Hmm.
I copied it exactly. So
The SMART goal one?
Yeah. And so I assumed that students would be able to do that. And in my other classes, they were able to do it without me saying anything. But I really noticed in this class, like looking at their answers and also watching them work, I don't know if they didn't know how to make a goal or if they didn't know what they were doing in my class.
Mm-hmm.
But many people could not do that launch.
Mm-hmm. So in the beginning, when we first met, we were talking about like, how do we even, first of all, get them to listen? Second, like, how do we know that they're absorbing the instructions and then going out?
And I couldn't figure out like some people just couldn't do anything, but other people, they gave really generic goals instead of like really specific ones for what they had to do.
Yeah.
And so that makes me think that like they know what the end goal of this is, but they just don't know how to get to the end goal.
Mm-hmm. So you were saying earlier, like you just borrowed it from Denise's class, so you assumed that like they would just know.
Yeah.
So then maybe.
Yeah.
For this class.
Yeah.
Maybe next time, like you'd have to.
It's just like it's really hard because it's like, that like everyone else was fine doing that, but then suddenly I get like I just like I'm not able to like think in advance. Oh, they don't know how to make goals.
Right. So like, what would you have done differently if you were gonna do the SMART goal activity again?
I would. And the next time that I will definitely do this again because I think it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And the next time that I would do this because they clearly didn't get it from that.
Mm-hmm.
I would like go over like exactly what one person's example of a SMART goal would be, being really clear on like what we are working on today, what the steps are for this project. Like really emphasizing that it needs to be specific and like how exactly to fill in each of those boxes.
So you're saying like you'd have like a checklist the next time you do
Yeah.
this. So like making sure like they really understand what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So to help with next time, we'll probably make checklists.
Yes.
How about like going back to your? How did you feel about the thing? Because when I walked around and I checked in with people, because I'm using one of the observations where it says, "Do kids know this stuff? Yes or no?" When I walked by, students knew what they had to do. Like they were able to say, "Oh, I'm gonna download this." They had goals, and they knew exactly what the goals. Like they knew what to do. They knew their SMART goals. They just it sounded like they didn't put it on the paper.
Oh, okay.
Because when I talk to students, I don't know if I can say names, but when I talk to different students, they're like, "Oh, I have to download my video. Oh, I have to take this SD chip, plug it in, and move it into the thing."
That's good. I'm glad that you got that.
Yeah, and I talked to very specific students, and it sounded like people knew what they were supposed to do.
You're just like not doing it then.
They're just like really slow to start, maybe.
Oh, okay.
In addition, I think they're just like overwhelmed.
Okay.
Well, that's what it sounded like. They knew what the task was based on the 4 people or 5 people that typically fall outside our spectrum.
I just don't know what to do. Like when we're launching, and then like 6 people just sit there and stare at their screen.
Right. What strategies have you tried in your other classes when like you feel like your higher achieving students are not getting it? What are like some things you do?
Well, I would go back and reteach it. But then another thing in this case, like for the other units, I was able to like just completely chop out stuff. But for this one, like I feel like it's an artifact. It's the exhibition project. Like we have an exact deadline for this. I don't know how I could like spend more time. Like I don't know.
You feel like there's like you don't know where because of the time limitations. What to how to manage
because I feel like I need I need to teach this one exactly the same as I'm teaching the other ones. I don't know.
I wonder how in the past. I wonder how I wonder if using peers to like check for understanding is helpful, because this was on the observation sheet. It talked specifically about like, oh, is there space to like students to like because sometimes we like give directions and we're like, okay, do it, and like letting them like what are we doing? I wonder if that would work.
I think that would be good to do, and I don't do that ever. Although I do, like, the reason why I have students come in with the 90, so another thing is, like, I set that 90-second timer, and in every other class, when the bell rings, everyone's sitting in their seat, they're, like, looking at the launch, they have 90 seconds to, like, talk about it with each other, and make sure that they understand, and then after the 90 seconds, then it's quiet and people start. In this class, it takes me so long to get everyone into their seat that the 90 seconds have already passed.
Yeah, and so it's like there's a slow start, and then there's like a trickling effect.
Yeah.
Because when I walked by, students were pretty clear on theirs, like they knew what they were doing. I wonder what you think you had done specifically for that, like for that to have happened.
Well, most of them were like around the same area. So I had written on that launch, like on like the form, like we're having work time. If you haven't done this, you need to do this. If you hadn't done this, you need to do this. So I think that I assume that helped them.
Was that checklist that you posted or projected? Is that what you're speaking of?
No, like on the form itself.
Oh, okay.
I had written that. So like they knew, they had like a general idea of what they were supposed to be doing, but just like not like super specific. And then also we did like a practice version of this. So like they should know the whole process because we did a practice video.
I like that practice version.
Yeah.
Okay. So it seemed like practicing the thing before doing the thing works. Having like almost like a flow chart kind of idea, like, oh, if you're done with this, then do this. If you're not done with this, then go choose your own adventure.
And I think next time, yes, and I think next time I could like make that more detailed, and I could go over it. I could like say it to the entire class instead of expecting them to read it.
All right. So because you're saying you're definitely going to do goal setting, how will it look like the next time you do it, I guess?
I think for that class, the next time I do it,
Like very specifically, like when you walk into the room, Miss Benton's classes.
yeah. I think when we do that again, I would have everyone come in, get to their seats. After the 90 seconds are up, I would bring everyone like up to attention.
Mm-hmm.
I would go over like a really specific checklist with like many steps, like literally every single step that could be their answer.
Mm-hmm.
I just forgot what I was going to say. And then I would have students take like 30 seconds to talk to their neighbor to check for understanding, and then make it silent and continue working.
And the next time you're doing this goal setting as an official launch, are you, like you said something about practicing? Because I'm curious, like I want to know how that will look like. How are you going to practice like in the classes before, and then be like, okay, class, the next time we start launch, this is how it's going to be done?
Oh, I was talking about the practice like as like a practice video.
Oh, practice
so like
video.
they have already already done every single step to complete a video.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're just going through every single step again to complete another video. So they should know all the exact steps.
Right. So that was like their practice already.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was fun. So the next time you're gonna first let them look at the checklist,
Mm-hmm.
and it'd be like just double check that they know what and how to use the
Yeah.
checklist, and then go to like silent work
Yeah.
time. Yeah. Like, let's be real for that class.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it looks like we have a good heading for our goal setting. For how to get the students to engage in direction.
Oh, are we done?